Welcome back to SuperCoach. Today we have a very special show. It's the Reject Files. Yes, we've been poring over the player lists and we will come up with the duds to avoid for 2011. Who better to do that for us than our resident expert, Tom Sangster?
Thanks, mate. Good to be here.
I've noticed that you have on your list of rejects some that I've already selected.
Okay, well, that could be a bit of a worry, but definitely there's some guys on there who have been great SuperCoach players over the last few years who I don't think are going to go very well this year.
For me, the most shocking selection would be LaFranchi. Can you explain this one to me?
Yeah, well, LaFranchi, he's been an absolute SuperCoach weapon for so long. Ever since he started his career, he's been a great worker. But this year, it looks like John Cartwright is very keen to have Greg Bird playing in the forwards, which means, of course, Anthony LaFranchi has to compete for work with not only Greg Bird, but also Mark Minicello, also Ashley Harrison. So there's just too much competition for game time there.
Shock number 2, Mr. Stagg.
Yes.
How can Dave Stagg not be one of the superstars of SuperCoach?
Well, he is a superstar. He has been a superstar for so long, ever since he came down from the Broncos to the Bulldogs. But there was a bit of a changing of the guard at the end of last year. Kevin Moore decided that he wanted more impact in his forwards. Consequently, this year, they've bought Frank Pritchard, they've brought Greg Eastwood. So, I mean, it looks like that trend will continue again this year.
He's not going to be a complete dud, but you're talking about value for money, are you?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely not going to be a complete dud. He's a SuperCoach style player, but his price is $320. I'm thinking it might drop to, $270 or something like that.
One man who's definitely not a SuperCoach type of player is Darren Lockyer.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's a perennial reject.
Yeah, he's on this list every year.
And why is that?
Well, there's a big difference between a great rugby league player and a great SuperCoach player. Obviously, Darren Lockyer is a great rugby league player, but he just doesn't do the work to be a good SuperCoach player. He's also injury prone and he'll be missing for Origin. So, look, I just wouldn't go near him at all.
Colin Best, one of your worst?
Yeah, Colin Best. Well, he had a pretty good year actually last year at Souths. He averaged about 50, but that was at Souths, who are obviously a great attacking team. This year he's at the Sharks, who, as much as Buzz likes to pump them up, they just, they don't have much attack. I can't see his price going up.
Now, Steve Matai is a massive name as well to reject. Yep. He's had a storming season in 2010. What's wrong with Steve Matai?
Well, yeah, he had a great year as well, a bit like Colin Best. And I know you're a Manly fan, and I know you like to protect your Manly boys. Yep. But look, I mean, he's just a bit of a liability, He gets injured all the time, he gets suspended all the time. You can't have that from a SuperCoach player. You need durability.
Okay, and you've got a rogues gallery of other unmentionables that should never be in your SuperCoach team. You want to go through some of those for us? Well,
one of them is Khalifa Faifai Loa, who was a Dragon last year. He played 2 games. He absolutely carved up. I think he averaged 70-something points, but he's come in at $250,000, which is, just way too much for a rookie.
And Jeremiah?
Jeremiah, well, Sean Berrigan's been bought as the hooker for the Warriors, so it looks like Jeremiah won't get much game time.
But what about Lachlan Coote? I would have thought he would have been right up there in terms of, solid scores.
He is good, and he had a great year last year. I just wouldn't go near him because he had that really bad groin injury last year. He hasn't really been going that well in pre-season. He says he's 70% fit.
And Crocker, too much of a croc.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Injury prone.
Yeah.
And, a bit of a hot head as well.
Yeah, well, you'd say that to his face too, wouldn't you?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, excellent. Well, there you have it. Sangster's rejects for 2011. Hopefully they'll help you create your SuperCoach team.